Hello and welcome to another Wargame Red Dragon video with me, Bubblebox, and today we are continuing with the Bubble and Silver Do deck series, today with a bit of gameplay on Paddy Fields. I'm playing Norwegian deck. Vulcan, he's going to be playing the I think the Danish deck. Please do check out the description for his channel in the link below, and of course not forgetting Silveraptor, who today will be playing the Swedish deck. So we're playing the national decks of the Scandinavian countries. Quite a difficult deck to play. The Norwegians, for me, it's got quite a few weaknesses, although it has got strengths. For example, its infantry are very good. And the enemy, of course, can have whatever they want. Now, I'm heading over towards India. It looks like Vulcan's already there, so scouting out with his Chaos chopper, his little recon chopper, flying around with his TOW-2 missile launching chopper, the Fennec TOW-2, just to see if he can snipe something early in the game. I'm bringing up a bit of recon, some infantry. I think these are, I can't pronounce it, something Jagers. I'll pronounce it once they jump out of their trucks. And we've got some bringing up some anti-airs, this Saklos little missile carrying trucks. There with these nice, well, no, I would say nice, not too bad. There's an automatic there from Vulcan. He's also got a nice Hawk there, some Centurion tanks, and a Leopard 1A5. A nice mixture of stuff from Vulcan there, bringing up the road as the enemy come forward with infantry and BMP2s and SPWs, and in the middle just going forward, just getting into position with a bit of recon to start with from Vulcan, and Silveraptor heading up to a hotel on the right. Now the engagement mainly at the beginning takes place here. I dropped off my Vulcan Jagers fairly early in these buildings. Now I've got a T-72 sitting there which takes a pot shot at Vulcan's Leopard 1A5. Although if it's behind these trees now and protected, he'll be very lucky. But they've dropped off Motorschützen and FJBs as I try to just drop off my Volksgem Jagers, SU-25 coming in. As a Hawk takes a shot at it, just misses. That Hawk just ran out of ammo. They run out really fast. Dragoners just come into contact with Motorschützen there. Centurions attacking these Motorschützen, but these T-72s doing a lot of damage sitting in the trees there. These Centurions, though, not worth too many points. Only 25, so not a bad thing just to push them forward. As he's got some SU-22, he's got anti-tank planes coming in here. His Hawks have run out of ammo though, but he's got some more Hawks back here, which are going to be firing at these and manage to take out those anti-tank planes. A nice trade-off there, maybe for a Centurion tank, as another SU-24 anti-radar plane just goes around in the background. So a bit of a response there as my Volksgem Jagers have unloaded. Will easily take out these FJBs, which are basically anti-air infantry, as Vulcan's Vulcan continues to move forward. The Centurions have just pulled back a little bit. Wise move there with these 272 M1s sitting in the trees, continually firing on anything that goes across this open ground here. So we have to be satisfied with taking this ground as my Volksgem Jager 90s. Another 60 of them move from the buildings into the trees to try to support as a BMP2 full of more infantry comes forward. In fact, this Vulcan managed to take out one of those BMP2s before it dropped its infantry. Took a few of the infantry out as well, but then gets taken out by the BMP2. But we've got plenty of infantry in there now, should be able to deal with anything coming forward into that tree line. In the middle, got some recon from Vulcan and from me. Mine's got a nice little auto cannon, should deal with any infantry coming across here. And I've also brought in these NM142s with these lovely little TOW-2 missiles, very accurate, should deal with any armor which pops its head. So these two together should prevent any pushes, or any small pushes should I say, coming across there as Vulcan brings in a command for Lima. So they do keep coming forward with their infantry. Again, Motorschützen should be able to deal with them. With Volksgem Jagers should be able to deal with them nice and easily. But they have got an Mi-8T, which could do me quite a lot of damage if it manages to get its rockets off on my Volksgem Jagers. So really need that to get taken out. We haven't got any anti-air over there. Really, it's all kind of over this side. So although he does fly forward into machine guns range of the FKPs and the little armoured vehicles, so that does get taken out in the end anyway, so that's okay. So my Vulcan Yager's taken a bit of damage, but I've got plenty left there. I'll leave these back just a little bit in anticipation of artillery going into those trees. They are coming forward again, bringing forward more infantry and BMP2s and these little cheap ASUs, only 10 points to help support their infantry, I guess, as they build up a little. Well, they're not building up, they're just putting some in, just got a few units. Got some Gongbobyongs in the buildings there. Silveraptor, not up to too much as yet. He's got a nice defensive position. He's got a little radar gun there. The LVKV-90 with a nice range against helicopters, peppering that, and manages to turn that off. Oh, that's not actually an anti-radar. That plane is actually going for his chopper, which he just manages to micro. That's just checking for flanking on the right. He just micros that out of the way as it gets attacked by that plane. So the initial rush is over as Vulcan just brings in a truck just to resupply. Well, I don't really need to resupply at the moment. He just bring one in there to resupply his Hawk that took down that anti-tank aircraft earlier. I do bring in some extra anti-air for the left here in the form of these really nice RBS-70s with their great 2,800 meter range against helicopters. And I bring in another squad there just at the back, which I'll walk into the buildings up here. Vulcan's brought in some more of these nice Vilcats, which are doing such a nice job with their little auto cannon. And there goes his command for Lima. There's also a command been put on by me onto Mike, so we're getting a fair few points, but as are the enemy. It's all very even at the moment, although points wise, again, it's very even. We've got a slight lead, but 100 points is really nothing. So there's still a little bit of attritional combat going on. Now they are coming forward, it looks, with more BMP2s, getting another T-72 into a kind of holding position there, and bringing another T-72 command truck forward. So don't know what they're doing there. Maybe they're hoping to do a big push or something, I'm not sure. They've got a risky Mi-4AV command chopper. Of course we can't see that on the map. I'll just show you what we can and can't see. In fact, I don't think we can probably see very much. Put it in my point of view for a minute. Yeah, not much on view currently. Silveraptor, he's got his STRVs, these nice. He's got the was it Swedish? Yeah, the Swedish got some nice tanks, nice set of STRV tanks, all different sort of shapes, sizes, and powers and things like that. He's got an STRV 105 sitting in the trees here. Maybe just checking for any amphibious landings. Another STRV 105 sitting in the trees there. He's got one of the smaller STRV 103s. These are really nice because they're quite hard to hit if spotted because of their small size, as Vulcan pointed out in the deck building video. Now what Silveraptor is doing, he's just trying to take control of these trees over here. Now he has got some RBS 56s that he's put here with some recon, which is helping this flank, but he's also bringing up an STRV onto this side. Now they haven't got any anti-tank weapons, and as long as he doesn't get too close, he should be okay. Oh, so he's just coming across over to help us out in the tree line over here. Meanwhile, on the left, bit of skirmishing going on again. Just my Volscom Jagers poked their head out, took a shot from the T-72M, which decides to just come forward a little bit. Hopefully it'll come forward into the clutches of their RPGs, but no, he pushes it back. So we've got more units coming up. Looks like Vulcan's bringing up a few more infantry. Yep. Silveraptor's little chopper. Taking some spinning around, taking some shots from somewhere. They don't seem to have a lot of anti-air. There's another command, a BMD-2K coming up. I don't know where that's going, I'm sure. As Silveraptor brings up some infantry in choppers. Going to try and wrestle control of this little tree line. Oh, and Vulcan's moved forward with some infantry as that command thing comes in right into range of my TOW2s, which take it out immediately. So yeah, it looks like Vulcan's doing a little mini push across here to try and wrestle control of the front of these trees. They do bring forward a BMP and open with some, looks like some artillery, possibly some mortars. I'm not sure what's hitting. Yeah, Nova's here in the background, just firing into those trees there in Lima. So nothing much happening on the left and the right at the moment. A little bit of a skirmish in the middle as they open up with some grads. Grad 21s. These things fire HE ammo. They're not going to do much damage to any vehicles unless they're very lightly armoured. And we haven't really got any infantry in here. Even our command, luckily, is a vehicle. So they're just going to panic and stun the vehicles that will recover a minute or two after the rockets have stopped firing. Now, Silveraptor has managed to drop a couple of big squads of Kustjägares into the trees. He split his choppers down and looks like he might make a little push into these buildings as they bring in some anti-air at last in the form of a Tunguska. Vulcan's just pulling his infantry back a little bit, but he is bringing up some Leopard. I'm bringing forward my choppers, more infantry from Vulcan. So we're preparing for a little bit of a push in the middle here as Vulcan is hassling them at this tree line. The Nova's now firing into these little forests against Vulcan's Silveraptor's Kustjägers. As the grads, you can see they've got two sets of grads out there now reloading, ready for another go. Now I do bring a couple of puffs out to fly over. Whether I spotted that Tunguska or not, I'm not sure, but I bring out my puffs, which is aiming at taking out any anti-air, such as the Tunguska. They didn't turn the Tunguska off, so it immediately gets targeted by my puffs and gets taken out. And looks like not a lot of other anti-air to take my puffs out there. They do respond with some anti-air, a couple of Yak 141s and a MiG-23, but a little bit late to take my puffs out. Now Silveraptor is attacking now into Echo with his infantry. He's got some couple of nice squads of these recon Volkskamsjägers as well as his Kustjägers and a PATB truck in support here, just firing on these Gombyong, trying to keep them stunned and suppressed while his infantry move forward. Now, well, it looks like when Vulcan saw his infantry move forward, he's moved his own infantry forward as well. And looks like he's coming forward. I'm bringing my little UH-1Bs forward. These transport choppers, they've got little machine guns, and if they might be able to support Silveraptor if he comes across any more infantry, as he does ask for a bit of help. The help's coming in the form of my Panzerbill, which is firing its autocannon and its machine gun on these Gombyongs, which are being engaged by Vulcan's Live Gardens. So we should be able to take them out. The only other thing they've got in here is a little recon and a BMP 685, so a little bit short now. And we are smelling blood here. So I bring forward my other Panzerbill to try to go forward and try to see if we can wrestle control of these tree lines. But my Panzerbill gets taken out there by an RPG, got it a little bit too close. Bringing forward a little bit of AA. Leopard goes down from Vulcan goes down there, but he's got two more Leopard 1A5 DKs on the left here. I don't know where my AA is going. It's going a bit too far forward. It's going to get taken out. That was a bit stupid. I do manage to micro the other one back. More Leopard 1A5s coming forward from Vulcan. Another Vulcan as well. And another Leopard 1A5. They do come forward with an SU-25K to try to help out, stop this push a little bit. But a Block 15 from Vulcan takes that plane out. Nice. Another Block 15 on the other side. They bring out a Yak 141 to attack the block, but another block attacks the Yak 141. So a nice little exchange from the planes there. And a Lanson coming in now from Silveraptor with a bomb. That's going to get taken out by the Yaks, I expect. Yeah, that gets taken out. I'm not sure whether it got its bombs off or not. But the push into the middle goes on. We're right up to their T-72 now. The Vulcan and the Leopard 1A5 just trying to stop this flanking attack from the infantry from the enemy. Got some Dragoners over there as well. Coming forward with a little bit more with my anti-air. Silveraptor's managed to get his infantry right to the edge of these buildings. Now if these Leopard can get shots on this T-72, which it does, and takes out that T-72 command as they come in again, responding with a big bomber. It's got his bomb. Oh, just dropped a little bit too short. This Leopard 1A5 taking a lot of damage. It might go down if they can get another RPG off, unless he can stun them really, really quickly. Pulls it back, manages to get a shot off, and just gets out of range there of the RPGs. Nice, and pushes his dragons forward to engage these motor shoots, and his Leopard 1A5 can survive to fight another day. However, he is continuing to push forward. Now he's got a Vulcan right up the front here, engaging now with these Iglas. Now when you go forward and you see their anti-air, you know that you've kind of overrun your enemy. And Vulcan knows that now, and he's pushing forward with his leopards. He's got his infantry up, he's got his more leopards coming forward. The Grads trying to slow down this push with their rockets, but again we haven't got a lot of infantry where they're firing. It's mainly little trucks and things as the Dragons continue to engage the motor shoots. And they are trying to go forward as well on the left, but these Volskim Jagas are holding that position nicely. Although they have got an MI8, but I've got 4 Noahs and these trucks sitting here now. Take out that chopper. I didn't stand a chance. Nothing much happening on this side, although I do fly my puffs over again just to see if there's any AA, and there is indeed, but it's not radar AA, it's a Shresnet and an Igla, so I've got to be a little bit careful on that side. As Vulcan brings in his Draken to bomb these units that are sitting right out in the open, and damages them incredibly, as another Draken drops just behind them and might even take out that AA. They bring in their Yaks again and their MiG-23. I'm not sure if that Draken got away, I'm not sure, but he did manage to get his bombs off and killed that AA, or damaged it beyond usefulness at least. His Vulcan is now over the bridge. Vulcan's, that is, over the bridge and in the tree line, and he's managed to drop off some infantry there, which are going to stop anything else coming over that bridge. Silveraptor's joining in the fray here with an EPB V90 up the left there. They're still trying to push the left side of our flank into Echo, or flank us a little bit as we go into Echo, but Silveraptor's got his STRVs now going to take control of this wooded area. They're still continuing to probe up here on the left. My Volskim Jager's doing a fantastic job. Keep pushing them back every time they try to push forward. And they've got some motor shoots and a couple of squads, but again we should be okay. I'll just try and bring my 4-man squad back for repair and push forward my 15-man squad. They've got some, we've got a Gripen going in there. I'm not sure where that was attacking, I'm sure, but they immediately respond with their fighter, of course. Meanwhile, it's all happening in the middle. It looks like Silveraptor's being very bold and trying to get a command onto Delta to get us a nice advantage in the points department. As the bombs, it looks like, continue to rain in. I've got my Falcons out on the map now as they respond with their fighters. Draken the vax that nicely. Ooh, it's got 1 missile. Ooh, that second missile from the Yak 141 just misses. These Yak 41s, they're really good value for money, but they have only got 2 missiles, so if one of them misses, they're probably not going to take the plane down. But they are nice planes, those Yak 141s. I do like them for their cost. How much are they? 140 points, yeah. So in the meantime, looks like Silveraptor's got his STRVs into position here. They have got a lot of infantry, so I was going to say I hope he doesn't push forward because he'll get taken out by their RPGs, but he is pushing forward, so let's see how they fare. Yeah, they get taken out quite easily, get some shots off. And the machine gun's rattling in, but he's got to be really careful. I think he's going to lose these. Yeah, just getting too close with those STRVs with all those infantry. Of course he can't see all those infantry that are in there. Didn't know quite what was in there. It's a bit unfortunate. Now they have stopped this massive push from mainly Vulcan and Silveraptor, with me supporting a little bit. His Vilcat's going to unfortunately get taken out here. I think eventually that's going to get taken out. We've got a nice bulge into their lines now, right up to the river. They're still trying to push back on this side. My Volskim Jagers are getting a little bit depleted here now. You can see my Noahs, which I haven't moved. I should have moved them after they fired, as they take another shot at that MiG-23. Just missed, but I've got a couple of Block 15s. Take it out, nice. Yeah, my Noahs, I should have moved them. They've been artilleried, obviously. Looks like Vulcan's moved his Centurions into the trees to try and take out those STLRs. which hopefully they'll be able to do. Managed to take out that squad. There's only one unit left in the other squad, so hopefully he'll be able to take them out as well. Very nice. So that's not quite into position there. They still try to defend their position in this tree line. They've also pushed some T-34s. For the first time, they've endeavoured to go over the bridge on the other side of the map, but they immediately come across these well dug in tanks that Silveraptor has put in the tree line here. There's really no way across that bridge unless they destroy these tanks with artillery or planes. So I'm bringing forward now some infantry into the tree line here to try and help out. Vulcan's bringing more infantry up on the left hand side. My Noahs are out of ammo with still lots of planes flying around. They have managed to get a little foothold here. Vulcan's bringing some Dragoners up to help, and he's got a Hawk back there as well, keeping their planes at bay. So I've got yet more Volkskamjagers moving up through the trees to try to engage their positions here. That's causing us so much hassle currently. So they'll start to engage very soon, and hopefully I'll move these trucks forward to support them. Hopefully we can take out these BMP2s. And we've got some support here from, I think they're from Amos's. Yep, there's 5 Amos's there from Silveraptor supporting our push into the trees here. These Amos's fire really, really rapidly. And the 2 BMP2s go down. And now it's the infantry against infantry fight, which we should win, because we have got the superior infantry in this particular case, as the Amos's start to pepper their Nonas, and hopefully he'll be able to neutralise those Nonas, or at least damage them enough so they're not useful anymore. But we've got some more Nonas over on the left here now attacking my Volkskamjagers as I finally bring forward my little trucks, as Vulcan just flanks them around the back with an STRV from Silveraptor actually, and a little truck from Vulcan. Although they have got some more units coming down, they're bringing in more infantry to that flank and more infantry down the middle. They're still in those tree lines as Vulcan pushes his Dragoners forwards. And the Grads fire, continually firing into all this lot, but not doing too much damage. This time they're aiming at the Amos's. They won't kill the Amos's, but they've done them a little bit of damage to make them a little bit less accurate, I guess. My Volkskamjagers though have recovered and should, I hope, soon be moving forward. Oh, in fact, they are now engaging these PT-71s. Get a nice side shot on those PT-71s as they try to move down the road. Take them out nicely. And we've regained control of the trees, or Vulcan has with his FKPs. My Puffs do another fly over the site there, but they've got some FJBs there, and they bring out a big 31 Interceptor, which takes out one of my Puffs, unfortunately. So, looks like Vulcan's got a Centurion, pushed his Centurion, managed to take out that other anti-air unit and pushed his Centurion right up there to make sure our flank's nice and covered. They are continually reinforcing this area with infantry. I guess they really is the right thing to do. They really don't want to be flanked and let us, so they don't want us to push along that road. Otherwise, they'll lose Bravo. Amos is continuing to fire into this tree line. Volkskamjagers moving forward, taking on these SPWs now with the help of this Vulcan's Leopard. Take out those SPWs. Again, FJBs, they're not going to hold up against these Volkskamjagers, as they're doing their best with their planes, but it looks like Silveraptor responded really quickly with these Gripens. So Volkskamjagers making short work of the FJBs. They have got some motor chutes in here, and the BMP2s are trying to put in a bit of support. If it moved the motor chutes and forward at the same time, it would have been a bit better. But if these... Oh no, they've been stunned. I was going to say if they can get RPGs off, but they've been stunned. Yeah, they're just not... Oh, they might get an RPG off now. Got one of the BMP2s down. If they can get another RPG off, they might take the other one out before they get stunned by the machine gun. But they're having difficulty as the BM2 moves forward. And do get another RPG off, but it misses, unfortunately. And they're going to go down, I think. So they retain control. SU-24s coming over. Fighting Falcons. I've got 2 Fighting Falcons coming in, dropping bombs, and actually managed to get off their anti-air missiles at the same time on those 2 planes, as a lot of artillery coming in, more grads firing into the tree line. This tree line has been fought over the whole game as one of their players finally gives up and decides to leave the game, as Silveraptor is now coming over on the left hand side to help us out with some of these STRVs. Big tanks. He spent a lot of dosh on those tanks. Certainly a match for these T-72s, although he's got to be a little bit careful because he doesn't know what's in this tree lines. These ASUs aren't going to do these STRVs any damage at all. I'm bringing forward more infantry, and now we've got these STRVs here, we might even be able to push forward. A couple of freedom fighters coming in after those SPWs. Not the best planes in the world, but I had them in my deck, so I thought I'd use them, and they both get taken out. MiG-29 coming in, and OSA's sitting there as well. So a little bit of breather, a little bit of respite, still a little bit of a skirmish going on in the middle here. Like Vulcan's coming forward with more Leopard 1A5s. He's used them an awful lot to good effect in this game so far. And he's got some FKPs here as well, just moving forward. Now we've got good control of this tree line at last, and we're going to start to move forward into Bravo. He's got his Centurions trying to give himself a little bit of support. There is an MI-8T over there. As I come in with a whole swarm of planes, I've got a couple of three Fighting Falcons, and F-16 escorting them, which I actually lose. But the Fighting Falcons get all their bombs off, and hopefully do a little bit of damage. I move forward my Volksgymjager 90s, although they're going to be encountering quite a lot of infantry. There is an STRV here though, that's going to give me a little bit of support. And if it can do them a little bit of damage, then these Volksgymjagers might be okay. In the meantime, Vulcan's FKPs have gone up into the buildings here as I try to support with my little trucks and with my own FSKs moving up with the nice Herrick's anti-tank weapons. Will take out those BMP2s no problem if they can get close enough. Now Silveraptor's brought forward a load of STRFs with infantry inside, and these STRFs are really nice support vehicles, and they're going to move in and they're going to get good control of this tree line with the help of my Volksgymjagers. This time I'm coming in with starfighters. As I say, the Norwegian units aren't the best. They're quite cheap and cheerful. I lose 2 starfighters there as the last one just gets away. So my Noah has a go at their MiG-23. Now Silveraptor manages to get his STRFs into the tree line here. So we're making good headway into Bravo now as his STRV-121s move forward in support. Going to try and get them in this tree line here. He's got another one sat just on the left there, so this is a nice push here, you can see, from Silveraptor. And Vulcan's coming forward with his automatic as well as I bring in one of my Falcons on a bombing run. There actually doesn't happen to be anything there, but I don't know that as the grads fire in. I don't know where they're firing this time. Looks like over onto these RBSs. Silveraptor, however, continues to go forward He needs to drop off his infantry now though, which he does, spot on. As an MI-24P, takes some shots at his STRFs. And he gets his other STRF around this side. He's got his Panzer Strikers out now. Decent-ish, kind of medium rifle infantry. Takes out those motor shoots with the help of the STRFs. More Panzer Strikers. Now they've been flanked now in Bravo. And they are in danger of losing Bravo now. Vulcan's automatic coming up. Perhaps against this MiG-25. It might get some shots off. It's been evac though. The automatic does get some shots off. But it's just going to get away. Wow. Just gets away from the automatic there. Gripens coming in from Silveraptor. Bit of air superiority. STRFs firing away. They're trying to slow us down with their mortars, but they're struggling basically. They're bringing in more infantry, although they're pushing them maybe a little bit too far forward. If they need to drop them now if they're going to drop them. Lots of infantry in these buildings here now. And all these STRVs and an automatic sitting in the trees. These guys are not going to stand a chance. Motor shoots them, just sitting in the trees there, get mopped up. Lots of cheap tankettes in from Silveraptor in the trees here. He's obviously had enough being bored, sitting over on the right, and decided to come and help us out on the left. As he pushes all his little tankettes forward to try to finish off their infantry in this tree line. I use my fighting Falcons again for yet another bombing run. They're not responding as much now with their anti-air fighters. I think we must have taken out quite a few of their anti-air or air superiority fighters, which gives me a bit of a better free rein with my bombers. Vulcan's up there again with his Leopard 1A5s. And Silveraptor's managed to wrestle control completely now of Bravo as Vulcan moves his automatic forward. Silveraptor bringing in a bunch of these quite slow Lansons. Again, you can see their anti-air air superiority fighters just not responding as much anymore. They have got a bit of anti-air out, but not too much. And that's really going to hinder them now in the game. So Silveraptor's got his forces into a nice forward position here, just south of the river. And more infantry from me just going to be dropped off there in a forward position. And from Silveraptor as well. As all of his little tanks open up on anything that pokes its head out of the trees or out of a building here. So really, really nice little setup there from Silveraptor. I'm bringing forward some Leopards as well, and as soon as this napalm goes down, hopefully we can start to do a push over the bridge as Silveraptor brings in some more his STRFs. There's a plane comes in trying to bomb, gets taken out nicely. Took out a couple of these cheap tanks, but that's a big plane to get taken out by tank. I'm not sure what that was that went down there. So now the napalm's gone, we move across with our Leopards. I've got 8 Leopards, 16, 20 Leopards going forward. Really cheap. But they're going to need a lot of bullets to slow us down. And as you can see, they haven't got a lot of stuff. So I'm just going to push through this tree line. They do bring out a MiG-23, again, trying to slow me down. It's a bomber. Managed to get myself a little bit of supply. And as I say, when you come across anti-air units, the supply units like this, you know that you are overrunning your enemy. So it's just time to just flood everything forward. So I just push forward all my infantry, push forward, break down my Leopards. I know there's infantry in these buildings, so I've got to be a little bit careful just here, but I can go across into the tree line up here. They do bring out a chopper to try to slow down, which is about all they could do, I think, probably at this stage. But the Vulcan's automatic, peppering that chopper, and it's going to take that out easily if it can just get an angle on it. Now I take forward my leopards here, and they're going to take out these Nonas, hopefully, as soon as it gets eyes on them. So they'll go forward into the next set of trees as we try and wrestle Alpha from the enemy. Vulcan's now moving forward with his Centurions and bringing forward some more Leopard 1A5s. My FSK is now moving forward through the tree line. STRFs from Silveraptor coming forward to get a bit of fuel. There's their command. Gets taken out. I think Silveraptor took that out. He's continuing to push forward though, not slowing down at all. Vulcan's coming forward with his Centurions, cutting through the trees. I'm cutting through the trees with my Leopards. Lovely teamwork here. Leopards, STRF, Centurions, all moving through into Alpha. Silveraptor has picked up a command from, and is going to be bringing it over to Alpha. So the enemy in real trouble now. They've lost their spawn point in Alpha, and yeah, they're getting overrun on the left. So if we can get a command now onto Alpha, we can start pushing across without even having to cross the river all across one of these bridges. So it's Vulcan's turn to move forward now with his Centurions. Oh, he stopped. Not sure why he stopped there. I think what the plan was, we just decided, well in fact I decided, certainly with all my units, which are all of these around here, and Vulcan's done the same thing, is why bother going up against these? Might as well just push straight across. We've got the initiative, don't give them a chance to set defences, start pushing across into Charlie. Now we have got a command down onto Alpha now, so we can bring air units out, although they have got a little bit of anti-air just sitting there, not too much. Should be able to deal with that once we get some land units out here. But it looks like Silveraptor's going for a bombing mission over into Foxtrot. And again, as soon as they're, you can see in this game that we were really struggling to push forward for a long time. There was a lot of air cover, a lot of air superiority fighters up by the enemy, but as soon as we took out those air superiority fighters, then it was so much easier to push forward, and air superiority is a massive part of this game. So basically I'm bringing out a load more cheap tanks, these Leopards, just flooding them out as many as I can, and just to continue to sweep cross country against the enemy. I'm just sweeping everything across country now, just trying to get this game over and done with before the enemy can get a chance to dig in and put any sorts of defences down. I'm not too bothered about losing units at this stage. I just want to take the ground as quickly as possible and deny points that the enemy could set defences with. So my Leopards now running out of fuel, in fact, as they continue to move forward. A couple of buddies there. even bring out my puff for no reason. That might as well just bring it out. Don't think they've really got much out there, to be honest, although it is targeting something, and the game ends. So nice game. I did find it quite difficult with the Norwegian units against all those Russian, North Korean units out there, and Chinese. It was really difficult. I just about, well, kind of even on the kills to losses. Vulcan did really well, almost a sort of 100% better kills than losses. Really nice score there from Vulcan. Silveraptor, again, really nice score, considering he didn't really have much to do at the start of the game because his units didn't really get engaged. He only really got into the meat of the action kind of halfway through the game, so still got a really nice point score up there. Thanks to the enemy as well for making it such a nice game. I hope you enjoyed it at home, and I'll be putting up a couple more videos of these, one of me playing the Danish and one of me playing the Swedish, with Vulcan and Silveraptor also kind of swapping over the teams that they play before we end up playing the whole Scandinavian units as they're meant to be, as they are generally played in the game. So thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.